Good morning all and welcome back to the Kieran Clavin Racing Show for a look at the midweek's racing that we've got. We've got Newmarket obviously starting today with a few decent races on. There's two decent Godolphin horses out that should go close, both odds on, but they should be decent enough. I know it's Charlie's dark horse for the season. If you aren't in part of my Telegram, I did drop a message about this last night, but there will be plenty more in regards to stable tours and everything coming up in the later videos, and I will put stuff up on Twitter as well. Going back to this Newmarket meeting, obviously this video is going to cover tomorrow's card at Newmarket along with Haydock's card, which obviously a few races from Cheltenham have been taken to, and then I'm also going to cover Thursday at Newmarket as well, with the Craven being the main event there. So let's start at Newmarket HQ with the Wednesday's action, and we start with the 150, the Global Stakes over Global Stallions handicap, over 6 furlongs, class 2. And the one I like here is William Haggis's Rear Line. It's currently best price 5-1. 2 wins last season at class 4 and class 3 level. Was down the field in 2 decent handicaps at this level, but I think he still has plenty of room for improvement in his mark. Obviously didn't probably see the best of him when stepped up into class 2 level. Goes well fresh, and I think he should have a good chance for the Haggis team at 5-1. The next race, the 225, the Fielding Stakes over 1 mile, 1 furlong, and another Haggis stablemate that I like here in Mashidi, currently best price 11-2. Second on debut at Sandown before being a really impressive winner up at York. I know he only won by a neck, but you could look the winner a long way out, and looked very impressive that day. Not sure what to make of the form. He's bred to stay further, being out of the Barwi and a Galileo Dam, so this looks like the step up to 1 mile, 1 furlong should definitely suit as well, and he's definitely of interest of me. The 3 o'clock, the Earl of Sefton, Group 3, over the 1 mile, 1 furlong. And I like Persica here for Richard Hannon, currently best price 13-2. Goes well, really well fresh. Won fresh this time last season at Newmarket. And last time dropped into Group 3 company, actually won, and that was at Epsom in the Demon Stakes. Won very impressively that day, being in Docklands, who was third that day. Obviously, Docklands has gone on to win at Royal Ascot and other races since then. So plenty of decent form for Persica. Like I said, the fresh factor is definitely key, and at 13-2, he's far too big not to have a look at him. The 335, the Nal Gwyn Stakes, the big race of the day for the Group 3. And I like Inish Moore here for David Minussier, currently best price 5-1. 2 wins on the July course last season, was really good. And then was second when sent over to Longchamp up to 1 mile. Didn't quite get home, I don't think, that day on the soft ground. Drops back to 7 furlongs for this race. Obviously, they're trying to get him trained to go for the 2,000 guineas. Whether he gets there or not is another factor. Whether he's in just a 7 furlong horse, we'll find out tomorrow. But that race at Longchamp is interesting. He's 5-1. Isaac Newton, who is also in the bet in this race at 7, he's about 7-2 shot second favourite, was 4th that day in France. He's already got him covered, I feel, and back to a track which he's won at previously as well. I know it's a different course, a different actual track, being on the normal Newmarket course, not the July course, but I think he should still take plenty of beating this Inish Moore. Currently best price 5-1. The 410 is the Maiden over 5 furlongs, and I like Beautiful Box here for James Tate, the filly out of Space Blues, who's also out of Frankel Dam. I think plenty in that pedigree would suggest that this horse should go well first time up. I know James Tate's horses haven't really been firing recently. He's not had a winner in the last 2 weeks, but hopefully this is a decent filly on his hands here, and she should go close. The 445 is another maiden, this time over the mile, and we're going back to the Haggis stable with Silver Lake in this race. Night of Thunder filly out of a Mountain House and Dam, who just really like the pedigree. I've always said Night Thunder horses, I really like the pedigree of these. And I just think the Haggis team will have this horse ready to go first time up and should go close. And the 5:17, the Betway handicap of a 1 mile 2 furlong. I like High Storm for Carl Burke here. Won really nicely up at Doncaster first time out this season in a maiden. Steps in the handicap company for the first time. I mean, there should be plenty more to come from this mark for this horse. And the fact that the trip, second time at the trip, I think only suit him better. And I think he should go close. We then go over to Haydock for their race card over there, over the jumps. First race touch on is the 1:30, the 2 mile 5 novices hurdle, and I like Matty's getaway in here for the Bailey and Nichols stable, currently 5-4 best price. Was third at Chepstow on debut behind Frontier Prince and Lord Varian of Dan Skelton's. Frontier Prince been by Fergal O'Brien. Not bad form there. The few horses have come out of that race and ran well since. The second start is the more interesting one though. He was fourth at Chepstow on second start, being an awful long way, beating 28 lengths, but the horse that beat him was Sober Glory, obviously gone on to finish second in the Supreme, and obviously was a bit disappointing at Aintree just gone, but that's still decent form. And then won really well at Doncaster last time out, this horse, Matt's Getaway, beating Dalston Lad of the Skeltons, who then went on to run up a sequence of winning 3 on the spin after that. So there's a lot to like about Matty's Getaway, and that's 5-4. I know it's short, but he should go close in this. And speaking of short price favourites that should go close, we get to the 205, the Mares Novices Hurdle over 2 mile 5 furlongs. And White Noise, who's the 40-1 winner of the Mares Novice at the Festival, is in here at 8-13. And despite having a penalty to carry for that win in the Mares Novice, I think she should take plenty of beating in this. The 240, the handicap chase, which has come from Cheltenham, the grade 2, over 2 miles 4 furlongs. And the one I like in here is Risking the Ground. Won at Cheltenham in April last year. I believe it might have been this race last year. He won. He's 6-1. I think the Skelton's been prepping him to get him back down to the mark for a race like this on better ground. He should have a really good chance of going close here. And the 3:15, the handicap hurdle, again another class 2, for over 2 mile 5 furlong, and I like George's Lad in here for Emma Lavelle. Was favourite at Kempton last time out when finishing 5th. But there was a long inquiry into how the horse was ridden that day. Looked like it was public schooling going on. Out the back all the way around, came through. Not much of a challenge to finish 5th. Obviously, they're going for this race now. Obviously, will ride on this, but I think he will definitely go close. They won't be leaving anything to chance after what happened at Kempton. The 3:50, the 3 mile 4 novices handicap chase. And the horse I like in here is Key Woo for Josh Guerrero and Oliver Greenhall. Won the Tim Malloy chase over course and distance last time out. Only off £6 higher here, should go really well. The 4:25, the handicap hurdle, and again class 2, over 3 miles, another race which has come from Cheltenham, and I like a horse that I've put up plenty of times, but returns over hurdles after being chased, and it's Moon Rocket. Now I know Carl's Water's in here as well, 2 horses that I keep putting up left, right and centre, but Moon Rocket could be very well handicapped back over hurdles here. It was disappointing last time out when pulled up, but 15-2 back over hurdles may spark a new lease of life into this horse. Last time he was over hurdles, he was pulled up at Aintree when going off a short price favourite in the Sefton. Hopefully he should come back here with plenty of decent form, and at 15-2 he's far too big not to get involved each way. The 5 o'clock, the class 2 handicap chase over 3 miles 2 furlongs. I like Iron Bridge for the John Joe O'Neill stable, and currently best price 5-1. Second and third last time out, the second being at 2 Key Woo over 3 miles 4 round here last time. Drops back to 2 furlongs, which will suit. He's won over the course and distance previously and should go close. And in the last race, the 5:35, the conditional jockey's handicap hurdle over 2 miles. I like Court of Vendana Vedorum, sorry, for Donald McCain. Stepping into handicap company for the first time. 2 from 4 of the hurdles, both wins at Doncaster, similar track. Has been beaten at odds on twice at Bangor, but last time he was beaten by Harry Lowes, which isn't such bad form. I think he should go close on handicap debut for the McCain team. And then we move on to Thursday, and we touch on all the races at Newmarket on Thursday. The 150, we start with the Betway handicap over 6 furlongs. Horse I like in here is Tremor, I believe that's right. Currently best price 7-2 for Charlie Appleby. Jumps into handicap company for the first time. Won really impressively on debut here. This colt at Frankel. Was then entered into the Chesham at over 7 furlongs. Next time up was only 5th. Was sent off favourite that day. And has run it twice in Maidan since over the mile. And just hasn't got home. Hasn't finished 3rd twice. Hasn't really got home. Dropped back to 6 furlongs. Dropped back to the trip which he's previously won out on debut. A course that he won out on debut. I think he should go close at 7-2. The Wood Ditton Maiden is next at 2.25 over a mile. The horse I like in here is Andrew Bolin's North Beach. This New Bay colt out of a High Chaparral dam. I think this horse is well bred to go close, and the fact that they're starting him off in a high class maiden makes me think that they think a lot of this horse. I think he will go close. Not sure what the price will be. We haven't got any prices as yet, but we shall see how it comes on Thursday. Well, tomorrow evening, Thursday morning. The Amarati Stakes Group 3 is next over 6 furlongs, and the horse I like in here is Completely Random for Harry Cholton. Best price 11-1 currently. Really like the profile of this horse. Has really come on this season, winning 2 races at Lingfield. Notably, the last one was a listed event. Looks really well. Looks unexposed and obviously should go close here. There's plenty of decent types in here, but I think at 11-1 you'll definitely get an each way run for your money. The Craven Stakes is next, the big race of the whole meeting, over 1 mile for plenty of 2,000 guineas hopefuls in here. You've got Hawk Mountain, you've got Hankalo, who else is in it? There's another one in here as well, can't remember, a few others, but the one I've come down on is Avenali or Avencilia. I'm going to go with, of Roger Varians in the Godolphin Blue. Won 2 wins so far at Doncaster, listed event last time out, and actually beat Hankalo of Carl Burks in the last race at Doncaster. That horse has come out and won, I believe it was a Group 3 at Newmarket at the back end of last season, so that should go. I just think 5-1 if it could be go close, and then step up into the 2,000 guineas. I think he's about a 25-1 shot currently at Visery, so I'll be taking some of that before the Craven race. But yeah, I think he's got a big chance of Roger Varian and looks a decent type. Obviously 2 from 2, very unexposed, as a lot of these are. Hopefully he can progress into a decent 3-year-old campaign. The 410 is the mares, is a maiden filly stakes over 7 furlongs, and the one I like in here is a Sarli of Charlie Appleby's. 3rd on debut at Windsor. This Night of Thunder filly should really be improving, and obviously they normally send their decent ones to Newmarket, the Godolphin team, and I can't see why this isn't another, especially having the run under her belt as well. She should go close. The Novice Stakes over 1 mile 2 furlongs is next, the 445. And Amadeus Mozart is in here for Aidan O'Brien. Really like the look of this horse. Decent profile, won really nicely at the Curragh first time out, this Woodland Basset colt. This looks a Derby prep. I know Aidan's got plenty for the Derby, but this looks like this is his prep. Maybe he might have one more run after this in between, but I wouldn't have thought so. He's currently best price 33-1 for the Derby, and I will probably have a bit for that Derby before this race, because I like to think he's going to be fairly short in this market for this Novice Stakes. And then the final race we're going to cover is the Betway Handicap over 7 furlongs, 5.20, and I like Royal Velvet for William Knight, who won a handicap on the July course last season and then followed up with a decent win at York at the back end as well. But that is it for this video. Plenty to go through. I'm really looking the chances. Like I said, there's a few in here that I could pull up as best bets. I will not have any best bets on this video, but I will have a few selections for tomorrow and for Thursday. So keep an eye out for that. But until then, guys, I hope you all have a good day's punting at Newmarket today or wherever you're gambling. And I shall see you all Thursday as per usual for the Newbury Greenham card and obviously the Scottish Grand National as well from Ayr. But until then, guys, have a good day's punting and happy punting to you all.